Hey guys, what's up? Once again, Sean T here in my new Elantra, and finally, as you guys saw in my other video, I was at the dealership the other day, just finalizing things, taking it for a test drive, but I'm finally in it now. On my way home in the dark. So I thought I'd do a little quick night drive for you. And so far, yeah, I'm really loving it. It's a nice, tight, solid car. Lots of tech. I sat in the parking lot for a little bit and just set things up to my liking. Thanks to other people's videos, I've been able to learn how to make the adjustments without having to really look through manuals, etc. Just following everybody's tutorials, vlogs. But yeah, so far I'm really loving it. I am going to start to do some light mods to it as they become available. I've owned a lot of different vehicles. I've owned turbocharged cars in the past, and I find that there's kind of a happy medium. You know, you don't want to get too crazy where all you have is wheel spin and no performance. So yeah, I'm going to try to get her dialed in. Like to be pushing around 320 to 350 horsepower inevitably, and get my windows tinted on Saturday morning. That's 100% the first thing I'm going to do. And then for now, I am probably going to paint my wheels black. So they're all black and there's no silver accents on them. I think they'll pop a little more against the red brake calipers and will look a little better. Again, to be expected, a little bit of road noise. You can't drive a car like this and not expect that. It's not a luxury car. It's not meant to be quiet. You know, you've got to, there's certain things you got to expect, and they're totally livable. Right now I do have an eco mode. It's a nice solid drive. I don't find it bouncy or too stiff. Yes, when you go into N mode, it definitely stiffens up. I'd say N mode and the sport mode, it's a pretty stiff ride, but technically those are meant for racing, autocross, track, etc. So yes, I do use it. Yes, I use it a little bit here in town. I use it on ramps and off ramps. But again, it's such a quick changeover. You know, it's one of my favorite things that they did, just sticking everything right on the steering wheel. At the push of a button, you're in a completely different mode. So if you got that, you know, little JDM pulling up beside you and you want to show them what you got, you just do a little push on your N button here and you're ready to go. So yeah, this is a wicked little car. It really depends on what you're looking for. But here in Canada, realistically, you've got to factor in freight and dealer fees and etc. So I think this came up to around the 42,000 mark. There is no markups here. And I do want to clarify, I did state in my last video that I put a deposit on this about 3 weeks ago. I would say it was a little bit closer to a month that I'm physically in the car. I did wait another week since that first video I showed you guys. And basically, the biggest thing is the dealer had pre-ordered 3 of these. He ordered 2 white ones and mine in the gray and cyber gray. And I was able to, when I was calling around dealers, and luckily, I just lucked out that they happen to have one coming. So that's why I think it took only 3 weeks, roughly, to come in. So basically, they had pre-ordered it. I had put my deposit down, and basically that held the car for me. So I was told at this point the next batch won't be till around September that you'll physically see the car. This was built in Korea, and it was physically shipped here to Canada. So, between building the car and shipping the car, obviously there's going to be, and then all the other crap that's going on in the car industry. So yeah, I guess it's saying that I need to consider taking a break, grab a coffee, but I feel totally good, so I don't know why I did that. But yeah, lots of tech in this car. I was speaking with the salesman, and I was like, looking at Mercedes and, the, what do you call it now, the A35. I know they're all different countries, but basically the small 4-cylinder AMG 2-liter turbos that, they're monsters. But, to get it with nice seats like this and the same tech, you're here in Canada, you're 60 to 70K bare minimum. They're, I would say 65 to 70. Yeah, 65 to 70 is fairly reasonable. So again, for $20,000, I realize, between that and this, there's a little bit of a difference, in fit and finish, people talk about the plastics, etc. But so far for me, like where I rest my arms and my elbows and the seating position and I was a little bit concerned about the seats because they don't have a lot of adjustments. They're pretty straightforward seats. But I'm roughly 5'10", 5'11". I'm about 200 pounds. I would say I have a fairly slim build with a little bit of a dad bod belly. And I'm actually very comfortable. These are really, really, really nice supportive seats. And I was a little bit concerned because they did give me an Elantra, a regular Elantra, to drive for about 4 to 5 days while I was waiting on this to finish being PDI'd, etc. And I would say one of my pet peeves in cars is not enough leg room, where when you are driving and you're kind of resting your right leg, or that it's resting against the center console, and it makes it very uncomfortable over a long period of time. I believe that the center console in this, where the shifter is down here, which you guys can't see right now, obviously, but I believe that it, because of the bolstering on the side of the seat, it keeps my leg in a better position, so it actually doesn't touch the center console, which I am extremely happy about. I was really concerned after driving that other Elantra that it would be uncomfortable. I do drive about 100 to 120 kilometers every single day, so comfort is I would say probably number one for me. And obviously, again, besides the idea of having sport seats and sport suspension, when you do put it into the eco mode or the what's the other one here, your normal mode, it really becomes a different animal. And here on the highway with the bumps, and it's totally fine. And I assume the guys that are looking at this car probably haven't owned or driven Cadillacs and things like that. They've probably been in cars that have been lowered or sporty or whatever the case may be. So again, it is to be expected. Overly impressed with the car at this point. Once again, I never ever thought that I'd ever buy a Hyundai. But they've outdone themselves with Albert Bierman from BMW, the M division. You know, he had so much to do with this car, and you can tell. It's an extremely impressive package, and I think if you're looking for a car in this class and you're looking to spend the money, you know, in the 40,000 range in Canada, and I think it's 35-ish, probably with all your fees in the US, this is definitely hard to beat. I've owned a lot of Volkswagens as well. I've had GTIs, GLIs, going as far back as the 80s. And again, I like German cars too. But and I've never really been a big Japanese fan. Yeah, just never really my flavor. And basically with this vehicle, it's just the package, it's hard to beat. So yeah, if you can, if you want, go ahead out, put a deposit down on one of these bad boys, and don't just daily drive with some fun. You know, take those corners a little faster than you normally would, and live life to the fullest. Remember, guys, please subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel. It really helps to hit the like button or anything like that. If it's a dislike, that's okay too. But really love to build my channel, so please, it would really help me out. You guys have a great night. Sean T, have a good one.